Number 17, Daniel Varias. And number 20, Giovanni Macias. Two co-head coaches, Sergio Licona, followed by David Guevara, assistant Sergio Licona, assistant Daniel Licona. Now, the non-starters for your Wildcats. Number 3, Navor Gauna. Number 16, Roberto Garcia. Number 18, Jonathan Chavez. Number 19, Axel Castillo. Number 21, Christian Perez. And number 22, Yaed Enciso. Now the starters for your Wildcats. Starting in the goal, number 1, Hector Godinez. Number 4, Isaac Mendoza. Number 5, Jose Martinez. Number 6, Trinidad Hernandez. Number 7, Angel Pacheco. Number 8, Christian Robles. Number 9, Juan Diego Mendoza. Number 10, Christopher Gutierrez. Number 11, Yair Quintero. Number 15, Rafael Garcia. And number 17, Alexander Magana. Head coach, Yurio Gonzalez, assistant coach by Pedro Avalos, Inocente Gutierrez, and Armando Bravo. Now, if you can please place the west side of the stadium for the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Good luck to both teams today, and it's game time!
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not good evening. It's actually good afternoon from wherever you may be joining us. This is the THS Digital Media Network. First home game here for the Toppenish boys soccer Wildcats. And they're going to have a very tough opponent in from the Yakima Valley. Down in the lower valley, the Sunnyside Grizzlies, playing 2-3 divisions higher than them this season. So this is going to be a good non-league matchup here. Two programs with outstanding success in prior seasons. Of course, last year during the corona-ridden season, shortened season, no playoffs, no nothing, just simply playing for league recognition. It was kind of one of those things. Athletes, especially seniors that graduated last year, having to deal with those changes in life, essentially. You got a pandemic that hits the world like the way it did now, or it is, and luckily we're slowly but surely coming out of it. There, as players are taking respect as one of their former alumni of the THS soccer. Giver Juarez passed away a matter of months ago, paying his respects. Huge part of the team when he played, taken away at such a young age. But here, as this team honoring, we're going to get this kickoff started here in the opening home game for the THS Wildcats. Everything trying to get lined up here on this brand new turf field. Of course, many of these players got an opportunity to play on this last year. Wildcats hope to try to find their identity on this field. Trying to get it through in there as the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Armando Mendoza coming in and clearing that one out of danger. Wildcats known for playing heavy and aggressive defense. And of course, trying to capitalize on their offensive opportunities as well with their forwards. Of course, this program never short of talent. Always somebody in the wings waiting to fill in for previous players' roles in prior seasons. It's one of the success, one of the major points that the Wildcat soccer program has. Being able to maintain that consistency, setting the culture with the players that are part of this boys soccer program here at Toppenish High School. Here as Omar Ibarra, and that one out, field of play. The Wildcats, it's going to take them a few more games to get things started. Finding a rhythm with the new team. Trying to recognize who has the strengths, and already right there, Wildcats with an opportunity there. Trying to get a shot off. Trying to shoot, and there goes the Grizzly defense, but Wildcats never giving up. Back and forth. And Isaac Jimenez, we're kind of trying to get a handle on that, and still in the field of play. For those of you that might be watching at home, those yellow lines are officially out of bounds. We know we're playing on a multi-sport field here, this artificial turf. And finally there, as Trinidad Hernandez trying to make a play on the ball. You want to set up your players with clean look opportunities. Of course, kicking a ball into a net, a lot tougher than it looks. If you don't believe me, go get a soccer ball that you might have lying around the house. It doesn't even have to be a soccer. It can be any type of ball, as long as it's round. Basketball, something round that you can kick. And the Grizzly defense clearing that one out. Angel Pacheco coming in and cutting off the angle. From Alexandro Osorio, and let's slow things down. Oscar Borola Ayala is going to kick it from midfield. kicking with the wind right now. The wind to his back, so he can take advantage of the Wildcats right now. Trying to send it up ahead. And there as Yahir Quintero is open for just a second, and now the Wildcats trying to get back onto it. Alexander Magana battling that ball will be out of the field of play. Looks like the Wildcats will get that ball back. Hernandez gets it inside, and Juan Diego Mendoza going to try to take a shot off, but then Oscar Ayala gets that one out. Sebastian Magana over to Jimenez, trying to work it past midfield and gets a running player. Daniel Farias trying to take advantage. Wildcat defense trying to get in there on a shot and a save there. Goalie from the Wildcats, Hector Godinez. One thing you can do, one thing you need in soccer is you need a goalie who's willing to lay it out on the line. And the Wildcats and Hector Godinez are one of those players. Goalie. Not trying to let anything pass him. And Sunnyside Grizzlies again, trying to find an angle. All the way to the near sideline, now back in the middle of the field, inside the box. And the Wildcat defense right there again, trying to clear it out. Not out of danger just yet. Kicking it back now, back and forth. Wildcats trying to kick that one out. Still in play here on the danger side of the field. And right there, look at that. Great defensive effort from Diego Mendoza. Juan Diego Mendoza trying to get that one out. And now here, as the Grizzlies trying to get it immediately back into their side of the field. Pacheco trying to take a shot and now cutting inside. Mendoza, one-on-one situation. Avoiding the open look opportunity possibly there for Juan Diego Mendoza of the Wildcats. Recognizing where those lanes are, he only knew he got a little bit of leverage on there, try to cut to the net, but obviously the experience from Oscar Ayala coming in handy there, able to clear that one out. Ayala right there using a header, getting it out. Wildcats trying to keep this one inside. Alexander Magana battling there and got tangled up there with Trinidad Hernandez. And sending it. There's the forwards trying to make it work, but that Grizzly defense. Well, right now it looks like they have 4 back. 3 of them back, I should say. Trying to limit that attack, and now the Wildcats trying to play catch-up here, and they're going to knock that out of play. And so, looks like they're going to have an injury timeout, I believe, or something. Or maybe it looks like the player might have, it looks like they may have caught him with an earring. You're not supposed to be, in high school athletics anyways, you're not supposed to be necessarily wearing earrings or studs or any of that type of jewelry, essentially. Safety hazard at the younger levels, I believe, which is, you can agree with that. Of course, once you get to college or get to the pros, rules are a little bit different. Whereas the Wildcats were able to clear out that danger from the Grizzlies. Grizzlies keeping it in play. Sidelines cutting. Alexander Osorio. So now Angel Pacheco. Free kick. Slips a little bit on that one. Wildcats still managed to keep it in play. Alexander Magana. Trinidad Hernandez. Left side of the field and now coming back out, trying to get that one. And the Grizzlies quickly trying to get out of there. Wildcats finding the area. Immediately right there, look at the good teamwork, and they're going to call an injury right there. And the official making sure number 4, Isaac Mendoza, is okay. So referee will stop play. The Wildcats will get a chance to reset and clear this one out. Wildcats stuck on that right field, and the aggressiveness there coming from the Grizzlies showing up. Playing crafty maneuvers, Daniel Farias. Wildcats with the handle, have the numbers at midfield. Gets a good kickoff there. Juan Diego Mendoza, and out of the field to play again. Grizzlies open reset. Giovanni Macias. Take. Inbound. The yellow lines here are the inbound plays. Of course, for those of you watching at home, of course, playing on this new surface here at Wildcat Stadium. And the first full season that the Wildcats are playing on Bob Winters Field, the new Bob Winters Field, of course, with this brand new artificial turf surface. And out of the field to play, Eric Lacona, Robles. Or should I say that's number 6, Hernandez. Fighting for it. And out of the field of play, back to the Grizzlies it goes. Rafael Garcia, number 15. Sunnyside Grizzlies playing in the Big 9. This interleague matchup between the SCAC. Sunnyside Grizzlies, the 4A. Farias hanging on to it. 2 Wildcat defenders right there. Trying to use some fancy footwork, Farias, but just couldn't get past those 2 Wildcat defenders. Yared and Cisco. Right there helping out. So another chance here for the Wildcats to clear it out. Hector Godinez. Gets it to around midfield. And out of the field of play, Wildcats. They're going to try to take advantage here. Moves that forward. Grizzlies recognizing that. Wildcats let that one go. Hernandez with the work. And now Juan Diego Mendoza trying to get it. Trying to get some good positioning. Trying to hold on to the possession. Angel Pacheco there with the chance to clear it out. And now the Grizzlies watching the cut, but the Wildcats recognizing that immediately off the bat. They're so smart to recognize they don't panic even though the ball may be a little bit ahead of them. Of course, you want to limit those type of opportunities in the long run. And right there, it's a good example. You had made one play and you immediately cut back on defense. Angel Pacheco recognizing that easily. And Yared and Cisco trying to keep that in play for the Wildcats. Alexander Magana up ahead with Trinidad Hernandez working the left side, and Oscar Ayala from the Grizzlies eliminating the danger. Keeping that soccer ball in your possession is so much harder, I happen to believe, than trying to keep a dribble playing basketball on the hardwood floor surface. You have to have nimble feet. So do basketball players, but you got to worry about your hands. Soccer, got to worry about your feet. Don't let it trip. Got to be under control. And all of that comes from practice, 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 which is why this Wildcat team continues to have the success it has at the level that it's playing at. Taking on big opponents anytime, any day, they say. Of course, oftentimes, more often than not, coming up out on top on some of those top matchups versus big schools. Good example right here. Diego Mendoza trying to work through two defenders and out of the field of play. Eric Lacona standing in the way. Yared and Cisco, and immediately cutting in. Daniel Farias. Hernandez. Cutter inside, trying to get an opportunity, and oh, just missed it. Yair Quintero was about half a step off. He was a step behind. And so foul, fraction down at the other end. Give an opportunity here for the Grizzlies to clear it out. What a terrific play. That was just smart what they were doing. Yair Quintero was just a step off. Step and a half, I could say. That was a pretty big gap. But had he been there, that was an easy look goal. Quintero immediately trying to get back to work. Sebastian Magana trying to work that sideline, and the Wildcats get right back. Maintaining control and possession of that soccer ball is key. Wildcats working through all that physicality down on the field, and ball will be, once again, out of the field to play. Jefferson Vilcapoma. The junior from Sunnyside High School, and Wildcats. Quick opportunity. Inside, Juan Diego Mendoza. Alexander Magana trying to help out. The Grizzlies battling. Trying to move quick with the ball, and Wildcats once again break the action. Grizzlies attempted there. Wildcat defense right there. Yair and Cisco loses it. Yair Farias. Farias trying to make something work, and Wildcat defense stepping up again. Takes a long shot. Oh, positioning still happening. Takes the call, and it is in. And the score right there from the Grizzlies, Isaac Jimenez taking on a one-on-one situation. And what else can you ask for from one of your top defenders? Angel Pacheco, pretty much the last line of defense. Yair and Cisco just tied up on the other end. Not necessarily a missed assignment, just a player that had the angle and made a play. Wildcats now down 1-0. We're not used to seeing the Wildcats panic when they get in situations like that. Of course, the start of this young season. And right now, look at that. Juan Diego Mendoza trying to get a pep in the step into this team. Wildcats send it back forward. Grizzlies working hard to keep it out of there, and they do. Daniel Farias. Farias using his crafty footwork. David Ochoa. Gonna take a shot himself and right off the crossbar. Hector Godinez. Wanted to be in better position last play, but there was just so much going on down there in the box. You essentially just had to pick and choose one where you think that ball was going to be shot from, and position yourself in that area if so. So Farias with the only goal of the game so far here of either team. They're leading 1-0. About 18 minutes or so remaining, plus added time here in this first half. Grizzlies, opportunity. Yair and Cisco trying to break the line. Wildcats. Not much left in there, trying to get it back. Grizzlies able to keep it in front of them. Wildcats trying to hold on, and the Grizzlies attempted slide tackle from Trinidad Hernandez. Trinidad Hernandez trying to make a play. Keeping it in there. Going over to the crafty forward. And Yahid Quintero. Setting it up ahead. Takes a shot. Oh, off the goalie's hands. Able to save that one, but this danger's not over yet. Wildcats keeping it in play. Hernandez takes another shot. Still in play. Gonna let that one go roll out, and now they're gonna get a corner kick. That was a great opportunity for Alexander Magaña. Had the angle again, similar to what the Grizzlies had last time. Shot it. Not able to send it. Another save there by the Grizzlies. Wildcats not done with this ball yet. Yahid Quintero trying to keep it alive, and now that Grizzly defense able to get it out of danger. Angel Pacheco getting with the defense. Daniel Farias trying to make something happen. Farias over on the left side of the field. And out of the field of play again. Juan Diego Mendoza. And now Magaña again setting it up ahead. David Ochoa for the Grizzlies right there. Trying to hang on to that ball himself and out of the field of play, and a rather physical contact between Daniel Farias and Alexander Magaña right there, giving each other a friendly handshake, and we have a player down. Looks like cramps, and of course you're trying to work your way through this early season, and your body needs to get used to the speed at which the game is played at. No easy task for any team at any level. So getting stretched out currently. Able to get up under his own power. Of course, the most common injuries for soccer players. Or if you're watching from home in Spanish, el fútbol. Estamos vivos desde aquí de Toppenish, Washington, en el estadio de los Wildcats. We hope to do a Spanish-only SPAR broadcast later on this season for our Spanish-speaking audience, especially when it comes to soccer. Great support from the community and the players that dedicate themselves to this game and to this Toppenish Wildcat program. So back to action after the injury timeout. Wildcats in danger. Attempted shot there from Alexander Osorio. Osorio, just a sophomore. Ball still up ahead. And Yahir Quintinero. Oh, and that's going to be called as Quintinero. Looks like he definitely committed an error there. Pushing the Grizzly defender from behind, so that's going to stop action, and they're going to get a free kick. A reset kick. Grizzlies back into play, and the Wildcats continually battling, and they're asking, where are the calls, ref? Where are the calls? Nothing yet. Here's the Wildcats down 1-0. And one of the first home games for the Wildcats here at Wildcats Stadium, Bob Winters Field. Dinero losing, and looks like a foul going to be called. Offsides, looks like, against the Wildcats. Good deep kick there from the Grizzlies. Daniel Farias. Alexander Osorio. Coming in, Saul de la Cruz. Now Kevin Hernandez. Daniel Farias. Oh, and the Wildcat defense coming up big. Quintanero trying to fight. Quintanero, excuse me, looks like that was Mendoza. Juan Diego Mendoza, number 9. Wildcat defense. Defender trying to clear that one out. Angel Pacheco. Long kick up into the air. And Pacheco able to keep that in play, and a substitution coming in for the Wildcats is Isaac Mendoza. Young sophomore coming into this contest. A little under 10 minutes or so remaining plus extra time. Wildcats down 1-0. Haven't had very many opportunities in the box. One clear opportunity earlier. Just a foot and a half off. And another one from Alexander Magana. Was able to shoot it from inside the box, but a little wide, and foul going to be called down on the field. And Magana appears to be down onto the ground, but he's able to get back up, and they're going to call it. So chance to reset here for the Wildcats. Get that sideline kick.
That's not.
Nice deep one right into the box. Wildcats trying to make something happen, and they call it. They're going to get a penalty kick on the inside. They saw the obvious hold, and it's going to be a yellow card on the inside. That's not good. Sunnyside not happy about that call, but the officials were right there on top of it. Had a good view, and they obviously saw the holding down in there once that ball got kicked. Made it inside the box, and what do you know, Alexander Magana is going to get a free kick here. So a chance for the Wildcats to tie things up in this context. Alexander Magana. Going up against Omar Rodriguez Ibarra, the senior goalie. Free kick. And gets it in. First goal there for the Wildcats, Alexander Magana. And unfortunate, and I think the Sunnyside Grizzlies are kind of disappointed in themselves in how they let that happen. But clear and obvious holding on that last possession before the free kick after the foul and the yellow card assessed to the Grizzlies. Able to tie this one back up. 6 minutes plus extra time remaining here in this first half of this 4A versus 1A matchup here on the THS Digital Media Network. And the Wildcats have seemed to find a jolt of energy. Wildcats are never out of it. That's for any sport. That's the culture now. Takes time to build. But boy, have those investments paid off now. And a quick one called Foul against the Wildcats, or excuse me, against the Grizzlies. So an opportunity here for Diego Mendoza, Juan Diego Mendoza, to get that ball inside the box. Gets a good, powerful kick in there. Ball still in play. And no call, nothing, and that ball will get out of the field of play. Good good attempt there by the Wildcats. Grizzlies. Alexander Osorio. David Ochoa trying to keep it in play, but Angel Pacheco right there to shut anything down. And so they're going to talk about, I believe, a call. There's another push. And they're getting together, the officials. It's going to bail the Wildcats out. It's going to give Hector Godinez, the Wildcat goalie, a chance to clear this one out. But danger. Godinez able to get that one near midfield. Wildcats trying to keep it out of danger. Clamping down. Grizzlies keeping it alive. Angel Pacheco tries to get it out. Daniel Farias trying to use his crafty footwork, get this ball ahead, and finally, Wildcat defender Jose Martinez right there. Just a little tap. Out of bounds. Intermission coming up here in a little under 3 minutes plus extra time. Kicking it, Hernandez. Grizzlies still alive. Oh, and danger. Angel Pacheco, excuse me. Yeah, Angel Pacheco. Trying to bail the Wildcats out, and right there, Mariano Mendoza using that footwork. And the ball will be deflected out of bounds. He's nimble with his feet, Juan Diego Mendoza. Able to create some space with that beautiful footwork he just had right there. Wildcats once again, though, in a dangerous position. And Pacheco matching up there with Eric Laicona. Daniel Farias. Wildcats right there. Extreme danger. Wildcat defense. Martinez recognizing where they were on the field and positioning themselves to get that play away from the net. Corner kick. Wildcats for the time being out of danger. Hernandez trying to keep it alive for the Grizzlies. And the foul going to be called down here on the sidelines. We're at the 2-minute mark plus extra time now, so approximately 4 or 5 minutes remaining here in this first half. Wildcats tied things up after a penalty kick awarded to the Wildcats for the first and only score here so far. And then for the Grizzlies, midway through this first half, Daniel Farias using his crafty maneuvers to getting his shot to go inside the net. Wildcats trying to play this one smart. Farias does have that accuracy, and look at that. Sometimes you got to take one for the team. Christian Robles able to get that one out. And now another corner kick coming here for the Grizzlies. Daniel Farias kicks it inside the box. Wildcats fighting hard, getting it out of there. Juan Diego Mendoza. Hernandez now for the Grizzlies. Trying to keep a hold on to that ball. So right now, it looks like the Grizzlies are just trying to kill a little bit of time. And they do. You don't want anything too crazy happening before you go into halftime. But that's what it is. One apiece. One goal from Alexander Magana and the Wildcats, and one goal from the Sunnyside Grizzlies from Daniel Farias. We're going to take a break here at halftime, and we'll be back for the second half of this 1A versus 4A matchup. Big Nine versus the SCAC. Take a break, be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Spring Sports underway.
Heck no. It's like, no way. Like, not even when I was a student. No, actually. 30 something. Yeah, that would be nice. I ain't even favorite. Ice's favorite. I'm Ice's favorite. Ice is his favorite. Dude, bro. Bro, you want me to name him right now? Carlos? Is that G? Nah, you know. You know. Oh, yeah. George? George Espinosa? Eric Cardin. Rather go to McDonald's. I know, I was about to say right now.
And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. Another 40 minutes of soccer coming your way. Wildcats have this one tied up, one apiece. That happened after the penalty kick opportunity from Alexander Magana. Able to get that one into the net. And looks like there's going to be another foul called on the Wildcats. Might give a free kick opportunity to the Grizzlies. Leg injuries are one of the more common injuries that soccer players oftentimes have to deal with. There as the player getting up to his feet. Just needed a second. What could happen? You can get Charlie horse. Of course, when you're consistently running for about 40 minutes and 80 minutes when it's all said and done, especially if you're out there for each and every second of play. And Godinez gets a save there. Now a chance for him to clear this one out. Wildcats trying to get their formation set. So the way their alignment the Wildcats have, looks like they really want Yahid Quintanero. To really be real up front on the offensive end. He's gone close a couple of times, a couple of one-on-one situation himself, but defenders are just right there. Now the Wildcats in danger, but look at that defense picking up. Martinez able to clear that one out. Jose Martinez. Trinidad Hernandez. Back over to Mendoza. And clears it out. Oscar Ayala, Grizzlies. And Jose Martinez immediately trying to put it back into play.
David. That way.
Wildcats. They want to create more looks for their strikers. Of course, any of the forwards as well, along with the strikers, whoever your main guy is. Battling, and Ayala able to get that one out, and Wildcats get back to it. Jose Martinez, Rafael Garcia keeping it in play. And now Martinez back out. Jose Martinez middle of the field. Battling for it on that sideline. The Grizzlies. Hernandez. Now Pacheco. And the Wildcats just able to get to their defensive positions in time. And Gulinas was out of position there. They got him out of the box. But luckily, the defenders for the Wildcats were right there measuring that play. Kevin Hernandez and Eric Lycona trying to hold on to it. More physicality going down. Trinidad Hernandez couldn't handle it, and now as this wind is starting to pick up here, and make it tough for the Grizzlies, since now they're battling the wind. They had their winds to the back in the first half, and now the Wildcats with that advantage, so that might be a factor. Yahir Quintero trying to keep it alive from Juan Diego Mendoza. Tries to get it inside the box. He does. Bicycle kick inside, and goalie right there. Rodriguez Ibarra getting the save there for the Grizzlies. Getting it past midfield. Angel Pacheco trying to hang on to it, but possession to the Grizzlies. And again out of play. Daniel Farias. And looks like we're going to have a substitution here for the Grizzlies. Out goes Alexander Osorio. And in comes in Armando Mendoza.
There you go, play the ball. Play the ball. Do it.
And again out of play, but remaining with the Grizzlies. Wildcats trying to stack that box. And trying to skirt around that sideline. Alexander Magana has the only goal in this contest for the Wildcats. Of course, tie things up one apiece.
Keep playing the ball. Keep playing the ball.
Kevin Hernandez will kick it inside, and Godinez able to get that threat eliminated. Trying to position the Wildcats on offense, and they got the numbers here for a bit. The Wildcats going to be able to capitalize. Yahir Quintero gets tripped up, loses it. And Ayala able to clear that one out for the Grizzlies. Wildcats working fast. They lose it there. Back to the Grizzlies it goes. It's going to be an interesting season for this THS soccer team, especially playing an entire full season, including playoffs, including state, on this field, more than likely. And Angel Pacheco, it's the player out, and these Grizzlies not liking that. Daniel Farias not liking the way that one went down. So he ran into the trash can, luckily, but I think he feels like he was sort of being guided towards that direction. Referee says, keep playing on. And the coach right now with Sunnyside Grizzlies trying to get an explanation as what was going on there.
Let's go, David! Let's go, David!
So it looks like I'm gonna go pick up the trash that was spilt onto the track, looks like. So right now the officials gathering Alexander Magana and the opposing Ayala, Oscar Gorola Ayala. So they shake hands and get that settled in. Here we go, Kevin Hernandez, or excuse me, is that, yeah, it is, Kevin Hernandez, long kick. Wildcats trying to get this one out. Clearing it out. Juan Diego Mendoza trying to get positioning. Kevin Hernandez keeps that one alive for the Grizzlies now, trying to send it up ahead. Jose Martinez says no. And Daniel Farias going to try to use something there. Trying to keep the ball alive. Kevin Hernandez back to him. Trying to keep it alive. Juan Diego Mendoza right there. And finally, stoppage of play, foul called. It's going to go against the Wildcats. Christopher Gutierrez trying to make it known that he'll be there all day. That's one of the things that separates teams and what they and how they run off. When you're more aggressive, definitely teams view you in a different light. They know you're not going to be an easy task, even if you're having an off game. Grizzlies take a shot, and this win perhaps starting to become a factor. Emiliano Martinez Rodriguez taking a shot himself and off the mark. So Hector Gordines, the goalie for the Wildcats, sending this one towards midfield and quick foul, stop to play again. This time on the Grizzlies. Sending it in near the box. Grizzlies trying to keep it alive, and now Daniel Farias. Christian Robles trying to get something effective going, and the Wildcats clear that one out. Robles right there in the clear up. Hernandez keeps it alive, and right there, defense stepping up. Quintero trying to send it up ahead, but Ayala right there is going to gently let that one roll out of the field of play. All things tied up right now, one apiece. Wildcats have yet to find here in the second half a quality look for one of their forwards. And I believe the officials are saying one of the Sunnyside players touched it, and so therefore it might belong to the Wildcats. Looks like they're trying to discuss that one. I'm going to believe it. It was last handled there by the Wildcats. The officials still discussing that. So they came out with the ruling. So play is going to continue on. So the Grizzlies will get a chance to clear this one out. wind obviously shortening it up. Right there, Juan Diego Mendoza, and then immediately Ayala sending that straight into the clouds. Right here into the stands, and are they going to get the ball back? I believe they are. Oh, looks like the young man there wants to be careful, wants to get it to them as fast as he can. Well, that's smart. Last thing you want to do is throw that ball short and have it land right into the fence there. Yala now here. The Grizzlies starting to break away a little bit. Daniel Farias working that left side, trying to get his position. And Jose Martinez able to knock him off his track. Eliminate a threat there for a moment. Farias to the middle. Kevin Hernandez, is he going to take a shot? He's going to take one. And Godinez try to get that one in. He said, yep. I believe that one was tapped, but they said it was off the Wildcat defender on the other end. But nonetheless, corner kick from Daniel Farias. Here's where the Wildcats have been disciplined at, is eliminating threats in situations like these. And Robles to Quintero. Kevin Hernandez, though, able to steal that one away. Grizzlies still at midfield. Midfielder trying to find his forwards. And what's going to be called against the Grizzlies? Well, Juan Diego Mendoza definitely has that agility and the ability to break away with the ball. He felt that he was going to get away from him. What else can you do but hold sometimes? Daniel Farias. Divo Chola. Wildcat defense stepping up there. There is Christian Robles able to eliminate the threat on the other side. Quintero. And the foul going to be called against the Wildcats. Had a great time here. Springtime coming up. Weather's starting to get a lot warmer. And trying to keep it in play, but Grizzlies, Daniel Farias just ran out of space. Of course, as this season progresses, THS Digital Media will bring to you select home games here for the THS soccer team. Kevin Hernandez. Emiliano Rodriguez and Angel Pacheco able to clear that one out. Emiliano Rodriguez now off of Robles. Robles cutting the angle. David Ochoa. Back into play. There, like going on, the Wildcats putting pressure on the ball. And wisely, Juan Diego Mendoza letting that one roll out of bounds. Oh. Still near that box. Arias gonna get a shot off, and Godinez tracking that one down all the way, able to get a save. Godinez waiting for his players to get set. Kicks that one away. Mendoza and Jimenez. Jimenez cutting through. And Wildcats take that one away last second. That's what they're really good at. And ball still in play. Farias able to keep it. Gets a move. Nothing called yet. And finally, officials view it. The Wildcats are really good at. So free kick for Kevin Hernandez. He's the one that's going to take the shot here. Hernandez in the right corner, his right corner of the field. Gets it inside and a little too high. Hernandez and Godinez. So halfway through this second half, things are still tied up. 20 plus extra time remaining. Daniel Farias making a move there. Look at that fancy footwork from Jimenez. Kevin Hernandez and Juan Diego Mendoza was right there. Christian Robles and then Jose Martinez able to cut off the angle. David Ochoa.
Someone has to get thrower too. Feed it to the ball, no foul.
The deepest defender right now for the Wildcats appears to be Christian Robles. Excuse me, Angel Pacheco, excuse me. And Pacheco right there, communicating there with Hector Godinez. Now a chance to clear it out again for Godinez. They haven't really let this Grizzly offense operate comfortably in the box. Godinez going to send it near midfield here as the wind has died down just a bit. Daniel Farias immediately gets possession. And slide tackle in there, and it's going to be called. Attempt there from Christopher Gutierrez. Looks like Ayala's gonna step up and take this one for the Grizzlies. Oscar Gorreola Ayala gonna try to set up the offense. Give his forwards a chance. And kick not strong enough, but still in play. And finally clearing it out. Click there from Gutierrez. And Yahid trying to make something work, setting into the other side of the field. And Christopher Gutierrez try to keep it in play. Juan Diego Mendoza lets that one get away from him just a bit. Ayala. Rafael Garcia kicks that one for the Wildcats. Now Daniel Farias. Gutierrez sends it. Jose Martinez sends it all the way back to the goalie. Wildcats finding themselves here. Middle of the field, Jose Martinez. Excuse me. Rafael Garcia. Trying to gain control, but will be out of bounds off of his head. Kevin Hernandez, middle of the field, sends it over to the right corner. Wildcat defense trying to match up. Jimenez gets that one stolen away there. And Robles with it, Yahir Quintero, and ball intercepted on the ground. Daniel Farias keeping it alive. And he still has it. Wildcat defense, and that's where you go. They stayed disciplined on the defensive end. They were never once worried in that during that set of plays that something was going to get behind them. And that's a tough thing to do, knowing just human instinct. You just feel like you need to be in better positioning. And so sometimes it goes against the instinct to keep your position. And great defense there on the slide tackle attempt from Yaed and Cisco. And Cecil. Just a sophomore, not very many seniors on this squad. Total of only 6 seniors. Five seniors looks like after counting up the roster here. Wildcats, Juan Diego Mendoza. Keeps his feet, Yahir Quintero. Diego Mendoza gets right back into the Grizzlies. Committing a foul on that one. So Wildcats will reset from about midfield. Kicks it in. Infraction called and immediately back to action. Kicking it through, and just a little too much power there by Mendoza. Armando Mendoza for the Grizzlies. Set up correctly. That was a good shot, good look. Just a little too happy on that one. He was open. Of course, accuracy, always a good skill to have and develop in soccer when you're kicking around that soccer ball. Another foul, stoppage of play. And this time it's going to continue. And a yellow card going to be given to the Grizzlies, Daniel Farias. As he's been clamped on, down. Defensively, he's been shut down. Almost shut down. He has one goal, the only goal for the Grizzlies. And now Farias is gonna come out of the game. Gets a shot off and a little too strong from Magana. Past midfield and Wildcats again. Yaed and Cecil. Kevin Hernandez keeping it alive for the Grizzlies. Roble, Mendoza and Jimenez between them two. Wildcats and chance. Trinidad Hernandez appear to be pulled down. So looks like the Wildcats will get themselves a corner kick. Play developing, danger in the box, and senior goalie Omar Ibarra able to bring it down and secure it. But a foul occurred inside the box, and another corner kick going to be awarded to the Wildcats, this time from the other side of the field. That wind we were talking about a few minutes ago has died down, now turning into more of a stronger breeze. A consistent wind, and the Wildcats right there inside. Threat still there, trying to keep it together. Yahida Cisco, and look at that! Dr. Gontiga. Yahid Quintero with the great play, making inside that box. Well, that's what the Wildcats were aiming for. That corner kick is coming their way. And Yahid Quintero keeping it alive, the senior. He knew what to do with that, and he had a clear look opportunity. The Grizzlies was right there trying to man up, trying to know where the ball is, trying to locate it. Yahid Quintero knew where he was, knew where those holes were, and he just took his shot, and what do you know? 2-1 now. Wildcats leading. About 10 minutes plus extra time remaining here in this 1A versus 4A interleague contest. Big 9 versus the SCAC. Whereas head coach Joseph Mespoy helping out here. Getting that ball back in bounds, and Wildcats now. Ayala trying to keep it out. Juan Diego Mendoza fighting to keep it alive. Oh, he has it. Ayala now gains possession, and he sends it back into the middle of the field, and he's going to clear it out of there. Ochoa ahead. Sebastian Magana still with it. Trying to line something up. Doesn't have the room. Still fighting for it hard. Going down to the ground. Still alive. Ball in play. Wildcats and Angel Pacheco getting that one out. And there you go, the physicality right there. Hey, oh, they're going at it. Oh, trying to keep everything in right now. Wildcats trying to hold their emotions in. Sebastian Magana did not like the way that physicality was being brought straight to his play. Right in his grill, didn't give up. And right now the officials, I think, they're trying to decide if something's going to be called. And it looks like Yahid Quintero trying to get an explanation, see what's going to happen. So this one looks like it might result in a penalty kick, possibly. And that's what I believe is going to be called. Penalty kick was awarded to the Grizzlies.
Let's go, Hector, you got this!
And so an opportunity for the Grizzlies.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a really quick announcement. Anyone who is parked along the back side of the field or along the fence, you have to move your car. If not, it will be towed.
So making a PA announcement there as we have a lively sports day here in the city of Toppenish. Multiple sports going on. Baseball team out here practicing. Girls playing a game for softball, and Kevin Hernandez able to get the second goal in. So things tied up, knotted up, 6:34 remaining in regulation. plus extra time. We don't know what was occurring there. It looked like a clean play, but either way, a penalty kick awarded to the Grizzlies.
Let's go, number 2.
You bet head coach
Let's go, number 2.
Uriel Gonzalez not liking the result of that call. Cats with the lead for only so long. And now things knotted up again. Since this is a non-league contest, I believe there are no tiebreaker rules. So this game will just end in a tie. Grizzlies keeping it alive. Angel Pacheco. Rafael Garcia. Ball still in play, and Daniel Farias. Slipping down. It's Kevin Hernandez. Chance to get that ball inside the box and perhaps set up his teammates for a scoring opportunity. Hernandez with a slight overhead right there. Cardenas able to get a save. Track that one down. Decided to go for the high floater a little bit. Give his team time to set up. And Ayala sending that one clear across the other side of the field. Wildcats matching up. Falling in. A foul going to be called. And yellow card going to be assessed to the Wildcats. Jose Martinez, oh no! Red card now. And so Jose Martinez has been disqualified from this game. Earning himself a red card, the yellow and then the red. So free kick coming up here for the Grizzlies again. And the Wildcats very much in danger of giving up a score here. Both these teams playing physical back and forth, both in the first and the second half. And this just continues. And more than enough times when players have gone to the ground, they've come back up and chirping at each other in one way or another. They're just not liking the way that occurred. And Coach Uriel Gonzalez trying to get an explanation from the officials here. And so they're calling it, and so therefore Jose Martinez is gone. Two yellow cards and you're out, or one red card, or a yellow card and a red card, you're gone. And so they called it. So they're going to get their substitutions in now. So they're already in the process of switching out a couple of key defenders. Christian Robles and Christopher Gutierrez right there in front of Kevin Hernandez. Yair and Cecil going to try to stay in front of David Ochoa. Hernandez takes the kick. Positioning, and the Grizzlies able to sneak that one in. Who's going to get credit? Isaac Jimenez right there. Eric Lacona and all his teammates celebrating that kick, and time is running out here for the Wildcats. We're going to send them to the other side. No, wait! Oh, my Lord! He cannot believe it, and things are tied up again. 2 times, and what a shot there from Daniel, from Alexander Magana. He has 2 of them tonight. Wildcats with the 3-2 lead now. Unbelievable. And you got to give credit to that wind. The wind picked up right as that was kicked. The goalie, seeing that it was a high arcing one, trying to measure that one, and just right behind him and right in the pocket. You can call that right into the corner pocket almost. And so now the Wildcats with the 3-2 lead just like that. Wildcats think we're going to have this one lost. But here we go. Danger still here. Wildcats trying to close this one out. Well, Wildcats finally clearing that one out. Now the defenders trying to go chase it down, and it will. It's going to still remain with the Grizzlies here as the Wildcats under 2 minutes and extra time remaining here in this contest. Kevin Hernandez sends it to the middle. Sending it back midfield here as the Grizzlies are pretty much putting all their attention onto their offense, and the Wildcats bringing a couple of extra men down into the box. And ball will be kicked out, and the Wildcats got to imagine what a play on that one. You're going to bet you're going to see that one on the top 10 later tonight if we had one. But you can watch that one back if you're on YouTube. I don't think you can call that luck. I think you call that skill. You get it just underneath the crossbar of the goal. And it just sinks in. You just try to place it on top like a feather. Just float it in there, and it floated in there nicely all the way from midfield. What a great play, and now the Wildcats tied up. Grizzlies have the numbers. Wildcats trying to stay in position. Hernandez working. And David Ochoa trying to make some work. Wildcats trying to stay on their feet. And Godinez will clear that one out. Let's see what's going to be called, as Wildcats were moments away from losing this one almost. And what a great kick. Last second from Alexander Magana to tie it up again. And again, the wind is starting to become a factor as it's starting to pick up again. And that wind really was such a lucky thing to happen there for the Wildcats as he was kicking that one off. Magana just made an incredible play there and avoid a potential loss here today. So extra time essentially right now. Wildcats trying to limit any more offense from the Grizzlies. And that's the end of regulation. Now last second play to keep things tied up. It was such a great play here for the Wildcats, and of course this being non-league, it's going to be the end of the contest, and it's going to end in a tie. But what great action we got there in the last 15 minutes of this contest. Great non-league matchup. Neither team's going to take a win here tonight, and I believe they might be discussing what's going to happen, but I believe that's going to be the end of the game. Because both teams going to appear to end with the tie, but looks like they're discussing it. What the course of action is going to be here next. So it might come to a shootout. They're taking their time, so indeed we will have extra time, extra play here. So while they're deciding that, we're going to take a short break, be back here and bring you the conclusion of this contest here live on the THS Digital Media Network. Extra time coming here after the end of regulation.
That person over there, that over there,
And welcome back here, folks. Shootout time now in this non-league contest between 4A and 1A soccer. Two great programs facing each other, and now to the box we go. It'll be on Hector Godinez. Tried to make a play, and Gonzalez misses that one. Hector Godinez having a little bit of luck on that one. With the pressure that comes from essentially just, it's you versus a goalie. You get maybe 3 or 4 steps before you launch your shot, before you kick it away. And depending on how you feint, depending on how good your footwork is, you're either going to sink one in or you're not. And the Wildcats with the chance here to take the lead. And gets it in. What do you know? Juan Diego Mendoza getting the first one in here. Trying to break this one apart. Trying to get the win. So shootouts, and now Daniel Farias for the Grizzlies. He's going to take their second attempt. And Godinez ready. Farias able to sink that one in and tied up again for a piece. Farias and Gonzalez, their 2 main ball handlers during regulation. And here comes Alexander Magana, the senior, who had that great kick from about midfield earlier in the contest. And so now a free look opportunity now for him. Penalty kicks here in this shootout. And Magana, chance for the lead. And he set one in. Alexander Magana. If you want to count all of them, he has the hat trick. And so the Wildcats with the 1-point lead. And essentially, Grizzlies right now playing from behind. The worst they can do. They can't really win anymore. They just have to hope to tie it up. And the second miss, and I believe that might seal it. So I believe they have one more opportunity after this one, but nonetheless, you have another player here for the Wildcats, Rafael Garcia, the sophomore, coming in to attempt his shot. lining up. Which way is he going to take the shot? Takes it and he gets the second one in, and that should near seal it. Leading by 2. So now Hector Godinez will try his, and out comes the senior goalie for the Grizzlies, Omar Rodriguez Ibarra for the Grizzlies. And he's able to narrow it down to 1. So now coming in to take his shot, Angel Pacheco. Wildcats ahead, but they're trying to hold on here in this shootout after it was tied up after regulation. Pacheco slicks that one in, and that one will seal it. Angel Pacheco with the game winner, and this shootout is over, and Wildcats pick up a win over the top team in the 4A for the Big Nine, the Sunnyside Grizzlies. 2 solid programs going at it here today, and the winner, the smaller school from the SCAC, the Toppenish Wildcats, showing what they are made of here tonight against a much bigger opponent, coming out with the W here this afternoon. Of course, Alexander Magana with the hat trick essentially to himself. 2 of those made during regulation, and of course 1 kick made during the shootout. And then finally Angel Pacheco sealing it away and picking up the W with the last goal there. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here, THS Digital Media Network. A lot more action to come here throughout the next following weeks. Next time we'll be on air, well, we'll let you know. Follow us on Facebook. Of course, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event here in Toppenish, Washington. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in this contest. We'll see you next time. Have a great afternoon, great day. Good night, good luck, and of course, don't forget, if you missed any of this action, rewatch this live and on demand only on YouTube. And of course, if you missed any past action or past events and want to go back and relive the past, tune into our archives over there on YouTube. Like, subscribe, follow, never miss out. Have a good day, take a break. Or should I say, well, this is the end. Anyways, good night, God bless, we'll see you out there.